on track. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Stay on Track. In today's episode, I'm going to be explaining a very old deck type that has begun to re-emerge because of a new card that's going to be coming out in Order of Chaos. That deck is called Spirit Control. There's two ways to play this deck, and one way that I feel is best. A long time ago, the idea was to abuse spirit monsters, bounce back to your hand at the end of the turn effects in your advantage. So for example, you played your Asura Priest, who can attack all of your opponent's monsters. At the end of the turn, it returns back to your hand. A long time ago, you would frown upon this because you want to maintain field presence and you don't want to die. But things have changed, and if you adopt the idea of a Frog Monarch deck, where you use Gorz, Tragoedia, and Battle Fader to protect yourself and make your opponent think that you're wide open for an attack, and then next turn summon an Asura Priest or another spirit monster who can handle the situation, well then you're golden. So what can you do with this deck? Well, the first combo is the fact that Asura Priest can kill a few monsters. Then you can play creature swap. Switch monsters with your opponent, give them your Asura Priest, and at the end of the turn it'll bounce back to your hand, leaving your opponent with no monsters while you now control their best and strongest. How this applies now is the fact that you can use a card called Full Body Blow. It's from Order of Chaos, and you select one face-up monster on the field. During this turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle, and any battle damage you take or your opponent takes is reduced to 0. However, at the end of the damage step, every monster that battled with that monster is destroyed. So Asura Priest essentially becomes a Raigeki. Attack all of their monsters, kill them all, regardless. It's great. And I'm quite sure that it gets around Stardust Dragon's effect. Since it's not activating, it's kind of just resolving. What else makes this useful is the fact that there is a few spirit monsters that have some synergy with your deck. There is one called Gundari. It's quite new, and its effect is when it battles a synchro monster before damage calculation, return both monsters back to the owner's hands. So it's an instant kill any synchro. The other one who somewhat has potential is Susa Soldier. It's a 2000. What is important is the fact that it can kill Thunder Kings and anything else 1900 or lower. Quite helpful. Then you creature swap it back to your opponent, bounce it back to your hand, and gain advantage. You can effectively use a Chaos engine to run this type of deck, and it plays very similar to Frog Monarchs, except for the fact that you're not pulling off these giant +1 machines. You're pulling off this more slow, controlled game state. Down below, I've left a version of Spirit Control that I've built recently. It abuses the Dimensional Alchemist engine. You can effectively use Pot of Duality since you're not really special summoning that often, because again, your spirit monsters are your regular summon. You do some shenanigans, put it back in your hand, go ahead. They attack, you can play Gorz, Tragoedia, or even Battle Fader. You can sacrifice for Caius. Dimensional Alchemist can help you put Battle Faders back in your hand, and the deck pretty much plays itself. It's very control, and it's pretty powerful. So, take the deck list, try it out online, try it out at your locals, see how it works. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.